Welcome to Flash Media as we look at few highlights on facts that you need to know about Raila Amolo Odinga Part 2. We described Part 1. If you haven't viewed, click on the playlist, watch Part 1, and remember to hit the subscribe button as we keep updating on Flash Media. We want to look at Raila Odinga's detention. In an era of unrelenting human rights abuse by the Kenyan government, Odinga was placed under house arrest for 7 months after evidence seemed to implicate him along with his late father, Odinga, for collaborating with the plotters of a failed coup attempt against President Daniel Arap Moi in 1982. Hundreds of Kenyan civilians and thousands of rebel soldiers died in the coup. Several foreigners also died. Odinga was later charged with treason and detained without trial for 6 good years. A biography released 14 years later in July 2006, apparently with Odinga's approval, indicated that Odinga was far more involved in the attempted coup that had previously planned or admitted on. After its publication, some members of parliament in Kenya called for Odinga to be arrested and charged, but the statute of the institution had already passed and the information contained in the biography did not amount to an open confession of his part. Among some of his most painful experiences was when his mother died in 1984, but the prison wardens took 2 months to inform Raila Odinga about his mother's death. He was released in 6th of February 1988, only to be rearrested again in September 1988 for his pro-democracy and human rights agitation at a time when the country continued to descend deep into the throes of poor governance and the despotism of single-party rule. Multi-party democracy Kenya was then by law a one-party state. His encounters with an authoritarian government generated an aura of intrigue about him, and it was probably due to this that his political followers christened him Agwambo, in Luo meaning the misery or unpredictable, or Jacom meaning the chairman. Odinga was released on 12th of June 1989, only to be incarcerated again in July 5th, 1990, together with Kenneth Matiba and former Nairobi Mayor Charles Rubia, both multi-party system and human rights crusaders. Odinga was finally released in June 21st, 1991, and in October he fled the country to Norway amid indications that increasingly corrupt Kenyan government was attempting to assassinate him without success. Flash Media keeps updating you on Raila Amolo's early life, and we want to look at the multi-party politics as a member of parliament, the KANU NDP merger that became the new KANU, and we want to look at the National Rainbow Coalition. Keep tuned, share this video, like the video, and leave your comments on the comment section, and remember to hit the subscribe button as we shall post or upload the third part of Raila Amolo Odinga, not to miss out.